Let's be honest. Dating today feels like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. You match, you vibe, you laugh, and then suddenly you're sitting there wondering, wait, was that real? Or did I just get caught up in the feeling? We throw the word chemistry around a lot, but sometimes what we call chemistry is just infatuation. That fast, electric, can't stop thinking about them feeling, but without the roots to make it last. Today on Vibes and Chemistry, I'm breaking down 5 signs that what you're feeling is the real thing, not just a short-term thrill dressed up like a soulmate. Sign 1, effortless communication. When it's real, the conversation flows. You're not rehearsing texts like you're writing a thesis. You're not overthinking punctuation. You're just vibing. The energy is mutual and the dialogue has rhythm. You're not decoding your partner texting a dry response like it's a secret code. It feels natural. You're curious about each other. Even the random boring stuff feels good to share. What you ate, what your coworker said, the weird dream you had, and somehow they make space for it. But with infatuation, the convo is on fire one day, then it's crickets the next, like trying to start a fire with wet matches. You're constantly wondering if you said too much, or if they even cared to begin with. Some convos feel electric, others feel dry, forced, or leave you overthinking. You start questioning the vibe, not because the connection is off, but because the consistency is. That back and forth energy isn't chemistry, that's confusion. If the convo feels like work, and the silence feels like rejection, that's not real chemistry. That's you filling in the gaps with hope. Sign 2, emotional safety. Now this one, it's underrated. Because yeah, physical attraction is cool, vibes are great, but can you be real with this person? Real chemistry creates room for the full version of you, not the filtered, polished version you use on a first date. I'm talking about the version of you with baggage, bad days, and a little childhood trauma sprinkled on top. You don't feel like you have to perform. You can say, hey, I'm not okay today, and they lean in instead of backing away. They see you, and not just when it's fun, sexy, or convenient. That's emotional safety. That's chemistry with foundation. Infatuation, though, infatuation is allergic to discomfort. The second things get deep, the energy shifts. You bring up something personal, and you get the dry damn, that's crazy. And then they change the subject, get awkward, or even disappear. Ever share something vulnerable and immediately regret it? That's usually a sign you weren't safe, you were just hoping to be. Chemistry makes space for your truth. Infatuation wants your highlight reel. One leads to connection, the other leads to confusion and emotional hangovers. Remember this, real chemistry creates room. Infatuation creates a performance. Don't get the two confused. Sign 3, consistency. This one's crucial because anyone can show up just one time, but consistency, that's how you know it's real. When you have chemistry, the connection doesn't just feel good, it's backed up by actions. You don't have to chase them down. You're not wondering when you'll hear from them again. You feel considered. With infatuation, it's fireworks and ghost towns. They'll text you a paragraph one night and then disappear for days. Plans get made and canceled. You start telling your friends, well, they've just been busy. Busy people still text. Don't let inconsistency trick you into thinking someone is just not a phone person. They're just not your person, and you need to recognize that. Sign 4, you're expanding, not shrinking. When chemistry is real, you don't just feel seen, you feel encouraged to be more of yourself. Like you're evolving in real time, and they're not just watching, they are right along with you on your journey. When you've got real chemistry, you're dreaming bigger, speaking more confidently, setting boundaries you used to let slide. You feel energized, not exhausted after being around them. They're not intimidated by your light. In fact, they help you turn it up. Whether it's your career, your creative passions, or your personal growth, they're right there saying, go get it. Infatuation, though, that'll have you dimming yourself, shrinking. You might start over-explaining your success so it doesn't intimidate them. You hesitate to post something because you're worried they'll think it's too much. Infatuation can feel like you're walking on eggshells, managing their comfort instead of owning your truth. And here's the tricky part. Infatuation can still feel good in the moment. You'll think, They like me, they want to spend time, we vibe. But if you feel like you're constantly adjusting yourself to be digestible, that's not love. That's survival mode. With real chemistry, you don't shrink to fit, you grow, and they grow with you. Sign number 5, time makes it better. Let's be real, almost anything can feel magical at the beginning. First dates, fresh energy, new attraction, it's easy to get caught up. But real chemistry, it's not about the first few weeks, it's about what happens after. When the connection is real, time deepens it. You learn how to move through discomfort. You learn how to disagree and still feel connected. You start to see how they handle stress, how they support others, how they show up when things aren't ideal. You're building memories, not just moments. It's not just fun, it's meaningful. The little things become big things. Remembering your coffee order, checking in before a big meeting, showing up when you didn't even ask. But with infatuation, time usually reveals the cracks. The fantasy starts to fade, and you realize you were more into the idea of them than who they actually are. It felt amazing in the beginning because you were filling in the blanks with potential, not reality. Ever had that moment where you look at someone a month later and think, wait, who are you? That's the infatuation wearing off. Time exposes or strengthens. With chemistry, time pulls you in deeper. With infatuation, time usually pulls the mask off. And look, this doesn't mean chemistry is always easy. Real connections still have growing pains, but instead of unraveling with time, they evolve, adapt, and build. So, now that we've walked through the signs, ask yourself, what am I really feeling? Is this chemistry or just a craving for connection? Am I building something solid or am I falling in love with potential? At the end of the day, we've all been there, getting swept up in the excitement, mistaking butterflies for a bond. But the truth is, real chemistry doesn't confuse you. It grounds you. It doesn't leave you guessing. It invites you to grow. If you've been chasing the high without the depth, it's okay. That just means you're ready for something real now. And that's why we're here. This is Vibes and Chemistry, the space where we untangle the messy parts of modern love and learn how to move with clarity, not chaos. If this spoke to you, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, tell me your story. When did you realize it wasn't chemistry? Or maybe when you finally felt the real thing. New episodes uploaded every week. Until next time, peace.